Hi, Secretary Yellen. I have two questions. The first is on the IMF has released a series of reports in recent weeks warning about the economic consequences of fragmentation, and they've cited some of your calls for friendshoring. So I'm curious if you have a response to that and the IMF's outlook that friendshoring and fragmentation could reduce global growth. My second question is on, there's a Wall Street Journal reporter, Evan Gershkovich, who's been detained in Russia. And I'm wondering if that's something that you plan to bring up with your counterparts this week, and if Treasury is considering any sanctions or steps to address his detainment and the detainment of other Americans abroad. Thanks.
So let me start with friendshoring. The way I see it, friendshoring is an approach to dealing with supply chain risks that are very real, but maintain tremendous scope for global trade to continue. We're mainly concerned about overdependence on some critical areas for China and are seeking to reduce that dependence. But friendshoring includes a very wide range of partners, and so the benefits of open trade, which include more efficient allocation of global resources, is maintained with friendshoring. So I think the argument that friendshoring is going to cause huge fragmentation and loss of the benefits of trade is really not valid. But I definitely do think we've seen this in connection with the pandemic. We've seen the damage that can be caused by overdependence on countries. This is a connection with Russia and its war against Ukraine. We've seen the vulnerabilities that overdependence on partners who may act in a geopolitical way. We've seen the risks that causes. And it is important to diversify our supply chains and make sure that they're resilient. And I believe friendshoring is a good approach to it that avoids fragmentation. On the Wall Street Journal reporter, Mr. Gershkovich, I'm deeply concerned over Russia's detention of him. This is something the President, the Secretary of State have condemned, and I certainly want to join with them in condemning in the strongest possible terms his wrongful detention. More generally, targeting American citizens, Russia's continued attempts to intimidate, repress, and punish independent journalists and civil society voices is a matter of great concern. My own thoughts are with Mr. Gershkovich's family, friends, and his colleagues at the Wall Street Journal and other news outlets that are bravely working to report the truth about Russia's barbaric war. And we are thinking, and the country is thinking of him and hoping for his release very soon.